Hi, this is Attican. Welcome to Part 9 of Railway Empire 2, Scenario 13, Sitting on the Fence. In the last episode we accomplished a great deal. We gained access to all the Prussian regions, set up a long line Paris, Cologne, Hanover, and started weapon shipments from Paris to Worms. We also set up steel and canned food industries in Nancy along with supporting coal, iron ore, and vegetable mines and farms. Our focus now will be to get a second weapons factory going in Hanover. We have a connection bonus for grain north of Cologne. We will run a line from the grain to Hanover and set up a fairly large station at the grain. We are looking ahead to a chemical plant in Eindhoven and coal delivery to the chemical plant from a coal mine just to the east of the grain. At this point I realized that there can be more at play here than just a grain bonus and decided to replace the station so that we can use it as a connection between Eindhoven and the delivery route to Hanover plus as a pathway for the coal to be delivered to Eindhoven. Now let's go get that bonus. We will do a run full train and have it load on platform 4, out of the way. Right now weapons delivery to VOMs looks fairly good. Obviously, canned goods delivery isn't where we want it to be just yet. Our canned goods production is good. What I'm missing is that I didn't turn off shipment of canned goods to Paris and Strasbourg on the main city-to-city freight line for the Paris, Nancy, Strasbourg cluster. Looking at the money to see if bonds make sense. We are averaging nearly 5 million per week in net revenue, so really money accumulation is not the problem. Placing the chemical plant in Eindhoven. The weapons factory in Hanover will want chemicals and steel. We buy the coal and set up shipments to the chemical factory in Eindhoven, passing through the grain station.
Guter Gott! I doubt that this investment was worth it.
Groningen has also grown to 90k. Now we can place universities in Groningen, Eindhoven, Nancy, and Paris and complete another scenario task.
This way, not only we, but also others benefit from your wealth. This should give your company a lot of prestige.
Another task checked off the list. There is a business opportunity in Strasbourg, but at this point I don't really care what goes there and do not want to spend the money that is needed for other investments. Like the all-important weapons industry in Hanover. Remember, we cannot place our own weapon factories. We will level the weapon industry in Hanover to L3, which is as large as we can make it given the population of Hanover. We would need to grow Hanover to 60k to upgrade the weapons factory to L4.
Wie schön! You bought something at auction.
I considered running dedicated chemical deliveries from Eindhoven to Hanover, but decided we can run multiple trains Eindhoven to Hanover and prioritize chemicals out of Eindhoven. This should do a good job of moving the chemicals to the weapons factory while making some money at the same time. We will need to account for the Netherlands cluster consumption of chemicals to ensure we have enough production to support the L3 weapons factory in Hanover. Status check, weapons to Worms are in great shape and we have sent a couple of trains worth of canned goods to Worms. There are enough weapons headed to the weapons warehouse to fulfill the ship 100 weapons to Worms task, so we can add a line from the warehouse to Strasbourg and effectively double the demand for weapons. We will use dedicated platforms to avoid any issues that could be caused by run-full trains. By adding this train, we have basically told the dispatcher at the weapons warehouse that we now have an additional demand for weapons. We will expand the west side of the station in anticipation of more traffic. We add track to make the warehouse accessible from the north, Hanover. I don't know what happened to our opponent's track. I think that is an ahem improvement opportunity. Now we will match our steel production to the demands from the weapons factory in Hanover and adjust the supply of coal and iron ore to the steel mill accordingly. As I look at this, I find myself getting slightly irritated that I missed the canned goods going out on our city-to-city freight lines from Nancy. Good news is that we have run-full trains coming out of Nancy to Worms, but we could have been finished much faster. Setting up steel delivery from Nancy to Hanover. Here's another case of, why didn't I simply intersect the Paris, Cologne, Hanover line with the Luxembourg, Nancy line? One aspect of my personal gameplay that I think has improved a bit. In Railway Empire I spam trains at sometimes alarming rates. With a better understanding of demand, supply, and route frequency, and the knowledge that you can't force a factory to go faster, I spam less trains.
What do you think about my saboteur? Competent personnel is worth the money, aren't they?
We have them on the ropes. Now even the stubborn Prussians will have to admit defeat.
Good, weapons delivery to Worms is complete. Yes! I finally realize I am losing canned goods to Paris and Strasbourg. Hooray for me! We can see that even now all those weapons are targeting bombs. While the industries are important, this is still a train game. Look at the production revenue versus the freight, passenger, and mail revenues. Ramping up canned goods even more. Not sure if this is actually helpful, but I'm out of things to do. I'm thinking we ramp up steel production so that we can get the canned goods done and improve supply of steel to Hanover. Honestly, don't care about the connection bonus. Setting up weapons delivery to the weapons warehouse. Want to match route frequency with production rate. Adding platforms so we can run full on the weapons line. We shall see that this was a poor job on my part. I didn't isolate the run full trains adequately from the other trains using the Hanover station.
Good planning, efficient execution, a successful sabotage.
Good. Now we are seeing weapons earmarked for Strasbourg through the weapons warehouse.
I guess this round goes to you.
Started to place supplies on the main line for the coal train, but realized I can move it over toward Eindhoven with the same effect and not risk delays on the main line. Notice the news. We have lost the war. Prussia won and formed the German Empire. But apparently the news has not reached Paris.
Très bien, Rhine Prussia is thus well connected. This will also be a great help to our French troops. Good job. Victory! Vive la France! They have surrendered. We should celebrate our triumph with a magnificent military parade in Frankfurt to let the Prussians see how great France truly is. Go on! A victory is not a victory without a proper parade.
Oh, wow. Talk about your comebacks. We won. Apparently I was wrong. Those were not our last tasks. Transport a lot of passengers directly from Paris to Frankfurt and buy out our rival. No problem. Sorry, brain cramp right here. Need to buy the company before you merge with it. For a moment I thought there was something wrong with the scenario. As we all know, in any game if you click on an icon and nothing happens, just keep clicking over and over. Hooray! Now that is Expert Railway Empire 2 gameplay in all its glory.
That's what winners look like. And I don't just mean the French. We are leaving the party with something much more valuable, an efficient rail network from Paris to Frankfurt.
The way we are going to do this, the Frankfurt station, is not important. It just needs to exist. We will run a dedicated double-track line as directly as possible from Paris to Frankfurt out of an unused platform in Paris. We will set up trains that only carry passengers set on run full. This will ensure that each train that leaves the station will have a minimum of 281 passengers. Why 281? Each wagon holds 40 passengers. We require 8 wagons before the train can leave the station. With passengers, as soon as there is one in a wagon, that counts as a wagon. So we will fill 7 wagons, 280, and get at least one more passenger. 4 trains will do the trick. I ran 5, not sure why. Insecurity? We will run individual lines, not one line with multiple trains. We do not want to wait for the lines to spread themselves out before deploying. This is a head-slapping moment, when you realize you did not fully take care of business. We have trains trying to deliver needed goods to Hanover and run full trains in Hanover holding up the platforms. Those trains loading weapons can never leave because the supplies needed to make enough weapons to fill them up cannot get into the station. Solution: move the run full trains to their own station. Should have done this from the very start, or at a minimum given them an out-of-the-way shunt using waypoints to move them away from the main entry/exit point of the station. Much better.
The French have only emerged victorious thanks to you. Fulfill this last task and then you can fully devote yourself to your own designs again.
Now come on, come with me. You will of course be the guest of honor at our victory celebration.
Well done! You emerge as the real winner. Your railroad network now extends over large parts of France all the way to Prussia.
All done. Let's see how we have done so far. We see some of our usual friends, Matt, Bla Razor, Predaking, Gardelt, Steelydor, Haji, Twilly, and Homert83. Well done, all of you. I wish we could show more than just the first page of our friends so we could see more scores and all the fine play by our little community, but, alas, we cannot. I'm going to complete play and see how we end up. It's going to be all optimizing the two weapons chains, and we've seen that multiple times during this playthrough. I will be back shortly with the final results. Well, here we are at number 46. Well done to all of you for finishing this challenging, interesting scenario. We are at 98th percentile. Pretty good for first time seeing the mission. Plenty of lessons learned for me, particularly around dedicated platforms with shunt lines for run-full trains. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this will help you become a better player. I hope you will like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Railway Empire 2 video. Thank you.